The beloved 90s sitcom Moesha brought joy and laughter to millions, showcasing the vibrant life of a teenage girl navigating family, friendship, and romance. Yet behind the heartwarming episodes and memorable catchphrases lies a haunting reality. 6 talented souls from this cherished show have passed away far too soon. From rising stars whose careers were cut tragically short to seasoned performers who graced our screens with their final acts, these losses remind us that even in our brightest entertainment moments, life's fragility looms ever present. Merlin Santana. Merlin Santana brought charm and youthful energy to Moesha as Ohagi, the character who captured the heart of the show's main character in the early episodes. While his time on the series was relatively brief, appearing primarily in the first season with a guest appearance in season 4, Santana made a lasting impression on viewers as Moesha's first serious boyfriend. His character represented the sweet, innocent side of teenage romance that the show portrayed so well, and his chemistry with Brandy Norwood helped establish the romantic storylines that would become a hallmark of the series. Born on March 14, 1976, in Washington Heights, New York City, Merlin Santana came from a family with Dominican Republic roots. His parents recognized early on that the entertainment industry might provide a better path for their son than the challenging streets of New York. They encouraged his entry into show business when he was just 3 years old, starting with modeling work for a fast food chain. This early exposure to the entertainment world would shape the direction of his entire life, leading him away from potential trouble and toward a promising career in acting. Santana's breakthrough came when he landed a recurring role on The Cosby Show, playing Stanley, the young boy who had a crush on Rudy Huxtable. This role showcased his natural acting ability and helped him gain recognition in the industry. The experience working on such a successful and beloved show taught him valuable lessons about professionalism and gave him exposure to how quality television was made. His work on The Cosby Show opened doors for him and proved that he could hold his own alongside established actors. After his success on The Cosby Show, Santana continued building his career with appearances on various television series. He landed a role in the short-lived CBS family drama Under One Roof, where he starred alongside respected actors like James Earl Jones and Joe Morton. This experience allowed him to work in a more dramatic setting and demonstrate his range as an actor. Between 1996 and 1999, he played his recurring role as Ohagi on Moesha, which helped establish him as a recognizable face among young television audiences. However, it was his role as Romeo Santana on The Steve Harvey Show that truly made him a household name. Playing the smooth-talking, charismatic Romeo from 1996 to 2002, Santana became a teen heartthrob and earned nominations for both NAACP Image Awards and Alma Awards, which honor Hispanic performers. His character was witty, confident, and charming, and Santana brought a natural ease to the role that made Romeo one of the most beloved characters on the show. This role demonstrated his comedic timing and his ability to connect with audiences across different demographics. On November 9, 2002, Merlin Santana's promising life and career came to a tragic and senseless end. He was sitting in the passenger seat of a car in Los Angeles with his friend, actor Brandon Adams, when they were approached by gunmen. The shooting was orchestrated by 19-year-old Damian Andre Gates, who was acting on false information provided by his 15-year-old girlfriend, Monique King. King had falsely accused Santana of making unwanted advances toward her, a lie that ultimately cost the young actor his life. Santana was only 26 years old when he died, making him the first member of the Moesha cast to pass away. The loss of Merlin Santana shocked the entertainment community and his many fans. His death represented not just the end of a promising career, but the senseless waste of a young life that had been dedicated to bringing joy and entertainment to others through his work on television. Lamont Bentley. Lamont Bentley was the heart and soul of Moesha's friend group. playing Hakeem Campbell throughout the show's entire six-season run from 1996 to 2001. As Moesha's lifelong friend and neighbor who eventually became her boyfriend, Hakeem represented loyalty, humor, and the kind of genuine friendship that made the show so relatable to audiences. Bentley brought a natural warmth and comedic timing to the character that made Hakeem feel like the friend everyone wished they had growing up. His character served as both comic relief and emotional support for Moesha, and his presence was so central to the show that he also appeared in several episodes of the spin-off series The Parkers, continuing his role as the lovable Hakeem. Born on October 25, 1973, in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Lamont Bentley grew up on the city's north side with his mother, Lois Bentley, and attended Webster Middle School. When Lamont was still young, his mother decided to move to Los Angeles to pursue her own dreams of becoming a professional singer, bringing her son along for what would become his journey into the entertainment industry. The move to Los Angeles opened up opportunities that would have been impossible in Milwaukee, though it also meant leaving behind the familiar surroundings of his childhood for the uncertainty of a new city and a new life. Bentley's path into acting wasn't easy, and he had to work various jobs to support himself while pursuing his dreams. He took work in movie theaters, at a fish market, and in grocery stores, taking whatever employment he could find while waiting for his big break in Hollywood. Even as a child, he had been practicing autographs by the age of 12, showing that he had always believed in his future success in the entertainment industry. His youthful appearance worked in his favor, allowing him to play teenage characters even into his 20s, which helped him land a variety of small parts in television series and movies as he built his career. His first significant role came in 1994, when he appeared in the short-lived but critically acclaimed television series South Central, which gave him valuable experience working on a professional television production. That same year, he landed his first feature film role in the horror movie Tales from the Hood, where he played Crazy K, a cold and violent gang member. The role was completely different from the friendly, humorous characters he would later become known for, but it demonstrated his range as an actor and his ability to take on challenging dramatic material. The role that would define his career came when he was cast as Hakeem Campbell on Moesha. This character allowed Bentley to showcase his natural comedic abilities while also handling more serious storylines about friendship, family, and growing up. Throughout the show's run, Hakeem evolved from simply being Moesha's friend to becoming her romantic interest, and Bentley handled this character development with skill and authenticity. His chemistry with the entire cast, particularly with Brandy Norwood and the other young actors, helped create the believable friend group dynamic that was essential to the show's success. On January 19, 2005, Lamont Bentley's life came to a tragic end in a car accident in Ventura County, California, near the suburb of Simi Valley. According to reports, Bentley was driving at high speeds when he crashed through a stop sign and went down a ravine. The impact of the crash threw him from the vehicle and into oncoming traffic, where he was fatally injured. He was 31 years old at the time of his death, and the accident was determined to be unrelated to drugs or alcohol, making the loss even more heartbreaking for those who knew him. Lamont Bentley's death marked the loss of a talented actor who had brought joy to countless viewers through his portrayal of Hakeem Campbell, a character who embodied the best qualities of friendship and loyalty. Yvette Wilson brought warmth and humor to Moesha as Andell Wilkerson, the owner of The Den, a local teen hangout spot that served as a central gathering place for the show's characters. While not part of the main family, Andell was an essential supporting character who provided guidance, comic relief, and a safe space for the teenagers to work through their problems. Wilson's portrayal of Andell made her feel like the cool older sister or young aunt that every teenager wished they had in their corner. someone who understood their struggles while offering wisdom and support. Her character was so beloved that when Wilson left Moesha in 2000 to join the spin-off series The Parkers, she continued playing the same character, showing just how important Andel had become to the show's universe. Born and raised in Los Angeles, California, Yvette Wilson began her entertainment career as a stand-up comedian, developing the quick wit and natural timing that would serve her well throughout her acting career. She started performing at comedy clubs and honing her skills in front of live audiences, learning how to connect with people and make them laugh even when dealing with difficult or personal material. This background in stand-up comedy gave her the confidence and improvisational skills that made her such a natural fit for television work, where she could bring spontaneity and authenticity to her performances. Wilson's first significant break in television came when she was cast in the soap opera Love of Life, where she played Loretta Allen from 1970 to 1972. This role was particularly groundbreaking because it made her one of the first African American women to have a regular role on a daytime television series, helping to pave the way for greater representation in the industry. The experience working on a daily television production taught her the discipline and professionalism required for ongoing series work, skills that would prove invaluable throughout her career. Before landing her role on Moesha, Wilson had already established herself as a talented performer through her work on HBO's Def Comedy Jam, where she showcased her stand-up comedy skills to a national audience. She also appeared in popular films like House Party 2 and House Party 3, as well as the comedy Friday, building a reputation as a reliable performer who could handle both comedic and more serious material. These roles helped establish her as a recognizable face in the African American entertainment community and demonstrated her versatility as an actress. When Wilson joined the cast of Moesha, she found the perfect vehicle for her talents in the character of Andel Wilkerson. The role allowed her to combine her comedy background with her acting skills, creating a character who was both funny and meaningful to the show's storylines. Her success on Moesha led directly to her starring role on The Parkers, where she played the same character alongside Monique. The Parkers ran from 1999 to 2004, giving Wilson 5 more years to develop the character and reach an even wider audience. Unfortunately, Wilson's health began to decline in the years following The Parkers. She was diagnosed with cervical cancer and also suffered from kidney disease, requiring regular dialysis treatments and eventually needing a kidney transplant. Despite these serious health challenges, she continued to work when possible and maintained her positive spirit. However, the cervical cancer eventually metastasized throughout her body, and after a long and difficult battle with the disease, Wilson passed away on June 14, 2012, at the age of 48. Yvette Wilson's death was a significant loss for the entertainment community and for the many fans who had grown to love her warm and funny performances over the years. Bernie Mac. Bernie Mac brought his signature blend of humor and heart to Moesha as Uncle Bernie, playing Bernard Jefferson Mitchell, the brother of Moesha's father Frank, during the show's first 4 seasons. His character served as both comic relief and a voice of wisdom within the Mitchell family, often providing a different perspective on the challenges that Moesha and her family faced. Mac's natural comedic timing and his ability to deliver both funny lines and sincere advice made Uncle Bernie a memorable part of the show's family dynamic. His presence on Moesha was particularly significant because it helped showcase his talents to a broader television audience and contributed to his rise as one of the most respected comedians and actors of his generation. Born Bernard Jeffrey McCullough on October 5, 1957, in Chicago, Illinois, Bernie Mac grew up on the city's South Side, in challenging circumstances that would later influence his comedy style. Raised primarily by his mother and grandmother after his father left the family, Mac learned early in life to use humor as a way to cope with difficult situations and to bring joy to others around him. His childhood was marked by poverty and loss, including the death of his mother from cancer when he was just 16 years old. But these experiences taught him resilience and gave him the material that would later make his comedy so relatable and powerful. Mac's journey into comedy began in the local comedy clubs of Chicago, where he performed stand-up routines that drew from his real-life experiences growing up in the inner city. His big break came in 1990 when he won a nationwide comedy search conducted by the Miller Lite Beer Company, which launched his career and gave him the exposure he needed to reach larger audiences. This victory led to appearances on popular television shows, including HBO's Def Comedy Jam, where his raw, honest style of comedy made him a standout performer and helped establish his reputation as a comedian who wasn't afraid to tackle difficult subjects with both humor and truth. The role that truly made Bernie Mac a household name came with his own television series, The Bernie Mac Show, which aired on Fox from 2001 to 2006. Based on his stand-up comedy material, the show featured Mac playing a fictional version of himself, who suddenly becomes responsible for raising his sister's 3 children after she enters drug rehabilitation. The show was groundbreaking for its honest portrayal of family life, and for Mac's direct-to-camera conversations with the audience, which became one of its most distinctive features. His performance earned him Emmy nominations in 2002 and 2003, as well as Golden Globe nominations, cementing his status as a talented actor who could handle both comedy and drama. Beyond television, Mac also made a significant impact in Hollywood films, appearing in successful movies like the Ocean's 11 trilogy alongside George Clooney and Brad Pitt, as well as films like Bad Santa, Guess Who?, and Charlie's Angels Full Throttle. His movie career demonstrated his versatility as a performer and his ability to work effectively alongside some of the biggest names in the entertainment industry. Throughout his career, Mac dealt with serious health challenges related to sarcoidosis, an inflammatory disease that affects various organs in the body and can compromise the immune system. In July 2008, Mac was hospitalized with pneumonia, which developed as a complication of the medication he had been taking for his sarcoidosis. After spending several weeks in the hospital, Mac went into cardiac arrest and died from complications related to pneumonia on August 9, 2008, at the age of 50. Bernie Mac's death was a tremendous loss for the comedy world and for the many fans who had come to love his honest, heartfelt approach to entertainment. Maya Angelou. Maya Angelou's appearance on Moesha was a truly special moment that brought together 2 generations of Black women in entertainment and literature. In the 5th season episode titled Fired Up, Angelou played herself when Moesha pretends to be a reporter for Vibe magazine to secure an interview with the legendary writer and poet. During their conversation, Angelou shares wisdom about education, life, and the importance of pursuing one's dreams, offering Moesha the kind of guidance that only someone with her life experience could provide. This guest appearance was significant not just because it featured one of the most respected voices in American literature, but because it showed how the show could seamlessly blend entertainment with meaningful messages about personal growth and the value of education. Born Marguerite Johnson on April 4, 1928, in St. Louis, Missouri, Maya Angelou experienced a childhood marked by trauma and challenge that would later influence her writing and her approach to life. After her parents divorced when she was young, she and her brother were sent to live with their grandmother in rural Arkansas, where she experienced the harsh realities of racial segregation in the American South. When she was just 7 years old, she was sexually assaulted by her mother's boyfriend, and the trauma of this experience caused her to stop speaking for nearly 5 years. During this period of silence, she developed a deep love for literature and poetry, reading works by authors like William Shakespeare and Edgar Allan Poe, which helped her find her voice again and set the foundation for her future career as a writer. Angelou's early adult years were filled with diverse experiences that would later enrich her writing and give her a unique perspective on life. She worked as a calypso dancer, a cook, a streetcar conductor, and even a madam for a brief time, all while continuing to educate herself and pursue her passion for the arts. In the 1950s, she moved to New York and became involved in the civil rights movement, working alongside leaders like Martin Luther King Jr. and Malcolm X. Her activism and her commitment to social justice became central themes in her work and helped establish her as not just a writer, but as an important voice for change and equality. The book that made Maya Angelou a household name was her autobiographical work, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, published in 1969. This powerful memoir detailed her childhood experiences and became one of the most important works of American literature, praised for its honest portrayal of racism, trauma, and resilience. The book was groundbreaking for its frank discussion of difficult subjects and for the beautiful, poetic language that Angelou used to tell her story. It became required reading in schools across the country and established her reputation as one of America's most important writers. Perhaps one of Angelou's most famous moments came in 1993, when she was invited to recite her poem On the Pulse of Morning at President Bill Clinton's inauguration, making her the first poet to deliver an inaugural poem since Robert Frost in 1961. This honor brought her work to an even wider audience and cemented her status as a national treasure. Throughout her career, she wrote numerous books, poems, and essays, and also worked as an actress, director, and professor, teaching at Wake Forest University for many years. On May 28, 2014, Maya Angelou passed away peacefully at her home in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, at the age of 86. Her death marked the end of an extraordinary life that had touched millions of people through her writing, her activism, and her wisdom. Maya Angelou's legacy continues to inspire people around the world, and her brief but meaningful appearance on Moesha remains a testament to her belief in the power of education and the importance of sharing wisdom across generations. Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant's appearance on Moesha was a remarkable moment that captured a future superstar at the very beginning of his professional career. In the second season episode, The Whistleblower, which aired in 1996, Bryant played Terry Hightower, a promising high school basketball player who asks Moesha for help with his SAT preparation. The episode was filmed when Bryant was just 18 years old and had recently been drafted by the Los Angeles Lakers straight out of high school, making him one of the youngest players ever to enter the NBA. His guest appearance on the show was particularly special because it connected to his real-life relationship with Brandy Norwood, as he had actually taken her to his senior prom at Lower Merion High School in Pennsylvania earlier that year, creating a genuine friendship that translated naturally to their on-screen chemistry. Born Kobe Bean Bryant on August 23, 1978, in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, he was the son of former NBA player Joe Bryant, which meant basketball was part of his life from the very beginning. When Kobe was 6 years old, his family moved to Italy, where his father continued his professional basketball career, and this international experience gave young Kobe a unique perspective and helped him become fluent in Italian and Spanish. Living in Europe during his formative years also exposed him to different cultures and ways of thinking that would later influence his approach to basketball and life in general. When the Bryant family returned to the United States, Kobe attended Lower Merion High School in Ardmore, Pennsylvania, where he quickly established himself as one of the most talented high school basketball players in the country. His high school career was nothing short of spectacular, as he led his team to a state championship and earned numerous awards and honors, including being named Pennsylvania Player of the Year. His performances were so impressive that he decided to skip college entirely and declare for the NBA draft, a decision that was still relatively rare at the time, but would prove to be the right choice for his future career. The Charlotte Hornets selected Bryant with the 13th pick in the 1996 NBA draft, but he was immediately traded to the Los Angeles Lakers, where he would spend his entire 20-year professional career. His time with the Lakers was marked by incredible success, including 5 NBA championships, 18 All-Star selections, and numerous individual awards and honors. Bryant was known for his intense work ethic, his competitive drive, and his dedication to constantly improving his game, qualities that earned him the nickname the Black Mamba and made him one of the most respected players in basketball history. Beyond basketball, Bryant also pursued other interests and ventures, including a successful business career and creative projects like his Academy Award-winning animated short film Dear Basketball. After retiring from professional basketball in 2016, he became involved in coaching youth basketball, particularly focusing on women's basketball and supporting his daughter Gianna's own basketball aspirations. His commitment to promoting women's sports and his role as a father to 4 daughters showed a different side of his personality that many fans came to admire. On January 26, 2020, Kobe Bryant's life came to a tragic and unexpected end when the helicopter he was traveling in crashed in Calabasas, California. He was traveling with his 13-year-old daughter Gianna and 7 other people to a youth basketball game when the aircraft encountered heavy fog and crashed into a hillside. All 9 people on board, including Bryant and his daughter, were killed in the crash, shocking the sports world and millions of fans around the globe. Kobe Bryant's death was mourned by people far beyond the basketball community, as he had become a global icon who inspired countless individuals through his dedication, his work ethic, and his commitment to excellence in everything he pursued.